Hi everyone! In this issue, we will talk about space and our planets. I tried very hard for you and picked up some of the best science fiction films of recent years, so I will be grateful if you support the video with a comment or in some other way. I wish you a pleasant viewing.
The whole universe is after us.
We need the two of you to be the guardians of our future.
Lilia and the Thousand Planets, a proper blockbuster that does its job of entertaining, and it has a lot of original and creative ideas. It is saturated with signature Brissonian madness and is very reminiscent of his The Fifth Element. Due to this, Valerian doesn't give time to fall asleep, plus everything is served with humor which only enhances the picture. The film takes place in the year 2700 space special agents Valerian and Lauren appear before us, and they have to figure out who is the danger and what is mysteriously happening on the Alpha space station, which is inhabited by 30 million different alien settlers. And between the main characters there is such love that really saves the world and crushes enemies. The movie turned out to be bright and colorful with a wide variety of alien species, and the Alpha space station looks impressive. In general, the picture probably doesn't live up to the movie The Fifth Element, but this is a very pleasant space fairy tale.
I want mankind to survive. This is the only way.
Oblivion. Since time immemorial, people have been looking at the sky and dreaming of the meeting extraterrestrial civilizations, and all this time, writers, screenwriters, and historians continue to fantasize about this topic. Here, after the destruction of the moon, aliens fall on Earth. People win the war, but the planet is destroyed and humanity goes to Titan, organizing a new colony there. Jack and Victoria are an efficient team working on a saturated Earth. They were left on the planet to watch over the energy-producing machinery heading to Pluto, so everything would have continued if Jack had not been tormented by strange dreams and a ship with people had not fallen to Earth. The film has an impressive plot in scope in which there is intrigue, drama, battles, love, and edification, as well as all the best moments of the classic science fiction. In every frame, action, and look of the characters, you can feel the love of the creators. And in addition to the plot with a deep meaning, there is a beautiful vision, a brilliant Tom Cruise, and a perfectly conveyed atmosphere of the post-apocalypse.
Are you dreaming in their language?
I know why they're here.
What the hell is she doing?
Do trust me.
Arrival, a film from Denis Villeneuve, who recently presented us with Dune, and before the film arrived such wonderful dramas as Captives and Fires, and the film is narrated as measured as Dune, only with the difference that here is a completely completed picture. The story begins with the fact that the aliens descend from heaven all over the world at once, but don't attack as we are used to seeing in adventure blockbusters. Instead, they wait and seem to invite people to meet, but a predictable language barrier prevents the historic meeting from being meaningful. Then the heroine Amy Adams comes to the fore. This is an ordinary woman who teaches linguistics and once worked with the military, which gives her clearance to try to make contact with aliens. Her companion is the hero Jeremy Renner, who is a physicist. His goal is similar, but he relies on the laws of nature science, trying to describe what is happening from this point of view. And together the couple tries to find an approach to understanding the complex language of those who arrived on Earth. But this film is not about aliens, but about us, when countries and communities living on the same planet can become aliens to each other and more distant than aliens from our world. A wonderful film with a wonderful message, and so invested in it, and music emphasizes the depth of what is happening. Prometheus. Ridley Scott decided to return to the Alien franchise after many years. The film itself is only loosely related to the trilogy and clearly different from it. A group of scientists arrive on a distant planet in search of answers to eternal philosophical question: who are we? Who created us? For what and why? But instead, the expedition members find a bunch of problems. The plot doesn't grab the imagination too much, but the scenery, the incredible musical score, and the attention to detail carry the entire film through. Just like acting, Fassbender takes out on himself perfectly, revealing his character David, one of his best roles. The film is dark, mysterious, and scary. The atmosphere of uncertainty and danger, which the air itself is saturated with, creeps under the skin, and oppressive tension and the effect of suspense and views of the Earth and space. The views of the planet, space clouds, and the large Prometheus spaceship are really impressive. And the final scene of the crash of the alien ship is powerful. Undoubtedly, the modern viewer is used to this, but still it is difficult to not to appreciate, and in my opinion, one of the scariest films ever made.
We woke up too soon. 90 years too soon.
This can't be happening. We have to go back to sleep.
We can't.
Passengers. The action takes place on a spaceship that went to another planet, and all of its passengers are in hibernation. However, something doesn't go according to plan and the system crashes, causing Jim to wake up. And over time, he goes crazy from loneliness and from the realization that they will have to fly for a few more years. But at all times, the most universal cure for this epidemic of our century is love. This is the bright feeling that the heroes of Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence experienced. It was it that helped them to better understand themselves and determine the whole meaning of their lives. And also desire to live here and now in the earthly present and not someday in the transcendental future that determined the final mutual decision of the lovers. The plot is unexpected, emotional, and doesn't let go until the very end, and the views of space are mesmerizing. I also like the humor. It was not enough, but it was. The finale of the picture leaves a feeling of light sadness and carries a message. Life is everywhere, in each of us, in every single seed of every plant. Life will win.
I want to go home. I know.
Moon 2112, clever fantasy, a movie that makes you think. Sam Bell, aka Sam Rockwell, lives on the moon, works on a 3-year contract. The work is monotonous, life is uncomplicated, and only rare video message from home on Earth and conversations with the melancholy Robert Kirby brighten up the loneliness of the lunar hard worker. A couple of weeks before returning home, an emergency occurs. Sam gets into an accident while working on the lunar object. After that, there are already 2 Sams in the picture, and his daily life no longer seems so natural. Sam Rockwell once again proved that he has a remarkable talent. This is in fact his benefit performance, a one-man film, and he skillfully conveyed the different characters of the characters. The music in film is amazing and creates 80% of the whole atmosphere, and the plot is very skillfully twisted. There are mysterious intrigue and drama. The whole range of emotions is provided to you. Gravity. The film begins with an amazing 15-minute scene filmed without transition, with one camera showing the beautiful space and the main characters flying around the orbital station. Stone, aka Sandra Bullock, narrowly escaped death during an unforeseen situation outside the orbital station, but this is only the beginning of her journey to possible salvation. Let alone with the problem unable to call for help, the woman begins to make her way to another spacecraft where she can probably decide how to return to Earth. But every minute the tension grows, there is less oxygen, and it's not at all clear what awaits Stone in the final. The views of space throughout the film are impressive, and there is an intense emotional journey on horseback at the most revolutionary technical level, which for all this perfection is unable to overshadow what Sandra Bullock and George Clooney do with their heroes. Elysium Paradise is not on Earth classic cyberpunk with all the canons where the problems of today are considered through the prism of the future. In the year 2154, there are two classes of people: the very rich who live on a clean, man-made space station called Elysium, and the rest who live on an overpopulated, destroyed Earth. But there is a daredevil who decided to change this, although he is considered only a loser. The hero of Matt Damon, by his example, shows that it is necessary to fight to the end, no matter what troubles humanity get into in its futuristic future. Even in the age of high technology, the final word must remain with the human. Fantastic movie, District Number 9, and obviously already an expert in this matter. Elysium came out no better, although a little larger. In general, there is something to see, good special effects, and as always, beautiful Damon.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Well, Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Forget it.
Guardians of the Galaxy, probably the brightest film of the Marvel Universe at the moment and dedicated to space adventures. The very concept of the Guardians of the Galaxy is a rock band, a team of slubs led by Star-Lord. Each has its own special role, which emphasizes that each in itself is not bad, but they hardly reach the level of any of the Avengers. But together they get a synergistic effect, and that's when they overcome as they should, and all troubles become nothing. One of the great things about this movie is that it doesn't try to be serious at all. Throughout the film, the characters joke about themselves and what is happening, and this has become a proven formula for the most popular films based on Marvel Comics. James Gunn added his own charm to comic book movies. This is the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that focuses not on the ethical problems of superheroes in the modern world, but on dashing adventurers, and they really need money and fame. It is impossible not to mention that the film is very decorated with cool rock music of the past, and here it is perfectly combined with what is happening. It turned out very positive, driving and dynamic with a rich story of cool characters. So thanks for watching. Please recommend your favorite fantasy movie in the comments, and of course subscribe if you didn't, and also like. I will be grateful for the support of the channel. See the description for more details. All the best and good mood to you.